Hi Libra, Sun, Rising, Venus, and North Node. Welcome to your February 2026 tarot reading. I hope and pray all is well with you. For this month, I feel like there's going to be great opportunities for you to reconcile or just have love opportunities to recommunicate things, to get your point across, or to reconsider opportunities, especially around the mid month. But nevertheless, at the beginning, you have Black Moon to start off. It talks about a lost opportunity that's returning, giving second chances, a reset button, and again, it says a return, okay? I wouldn't be surprised if you find something that you've been looking for, or even the opportunity to reapply for positions that you felt like you missed out on. It's going to be a great time for you to focus on that at the beginning of the month. Some of you who have been doing a lot of research study and felt like you weren't able to maybe do your best, look your best, present the best work that you felt like you could. You have a 10 of wisdom here that comes through to clarify it, which has a lot to do with you focusing on deliberately delegating through distractions. Some of you may have felt like you were over challenged by complex situations, but it's more about a new start. Maybe looking at something from a different location. Location could be different, especially if we're talking about online, because I am getting this energy of web browsers, okay? The channel message that came through for Libra 2 is really important here because you had like a really crazy download, just like Pisces did, and yours was more emphasized for your sign. It talked about you either learning of an unfaithful lover and their real reason for engaging in relationships of affairs with them. Like they may have some sort of ulterior motive, okay? Some of you guys who may have a focus when it comes to publicity, you may learn that somebody was trying to do some pay to publicize plot to deter from numerous opportunities from coming your way. They may have a history of PTP or play abuse, okay? And they do something with clauses and standards, especially if you're a model or you have something where you put your foot forward. A lot of people may advertise you, especially if you work with magazines, okay? It was really important for those of you who connect with magazines. Or anything where you have a side hustle or a hobby. You have the King of Charisma in the reverse for Libra, for the solar eclipse energy that came through, about being aware of old default behaviors, the shadow self patterns, and karma. This could even be somebody from the past if you know of somebody who had an ulterior motive to you, didn't want you to have popularity, publicity, fame, attraction to you, get recognition in any way, shape, or form. This is that person. This is that manager. This is that contract that's coming up, okay? Um, and if this is from the past for you, specifically Libra, I'm getting here, this is about you handling something or somebody who mismanaged money that's going to come around, turn out in your favor, although it was delayed. Okay, this could even be like being mindful of like addresses that you have moved away from. Let's say you had some sort of gig where you were getting like a few royalties here or there. Like be mindful of something that you knew that you were missing out on, or like some extra change or something like that that you may have left behind, because I'm seeing here that there may have been something that was dropped off that you weren't paying attention to, okay? Or somebody here who may have did something deliberately at a delayed time that you weren't paying attention to, okay? Be mindful of like affairs during the first week and first half of February for yourself. Be mindful of like if you're dating or getting to know new people, of people who are lying about their age, marriage status, or relationship status, or you may not know this, especially if it's somebody new, they may not be so privy to telling you. Some of you guys just may come across somebody who did something very crazy in their past relationship, something that you would not want to know about, like an ending that came through, somebody making something seem accidental when it was really for money. Okay, if that gives you an idea. Now, for the beginning of the week of the first week of February for Libra, you have a quantum code that's coming through to increase the divine feminine and to optimize the energy balance when the divine feminine energy is too low, okay? And yes, this is welcome for both masculines as well as feminine energy here, especially if you have been nurturing yourself. It is giving me this vibe that some of you guys have been cleaning, cleansing your home, cleaning your kitchen, baking, and things like that. But the quantum code is 39 space 00 space 006. And I will have in my description of this video a link to a shorts message that talks about how you can use each quantum code because it is very detailed, long, and deliberate. I want to make sure that I keep these videos, cut to the point and things like that, as I've noticed that they've gone a bit longer than I was expecting. But you have the Nine of Wands in reverse. You're going to be a little bit more um, open to the boundaries that you have set. Is more of what this is about, Libra. Okay, this is more about you being open to the fact that you are okay with being private, not having a lot of people around you that may cause distortion. But nevertheless, in spite of all of that, you're getting back to you. You're getting back to maybe a slower pace of life, slowing things down. It could be a great time to unpack, get your head together, wrap your mind around things that may have been frustrating, or it may have even been hard to focus or concentrate. And you find that it's a bit easier around the 5th through the 7th for you to relax, take a step back, to get back to a routine. Maybe focusing on drinking water may be of importance or significance, okay? Because I'm seeing a lot of that happening for Libra, and you thinking about something, a skill or something that you want to do, especially if you felt like you didn't have the best result or you didn't get the praise that you thought that you would get. Now you have another quantum code that's going to come through and help you right after this other one that you have, which is to optimize or balance the energy of the third or the solar plexus chakra, yellow. You can also use a yellow candle for this too, or a white one if you're interested. Even using like honey, for example, on a white candle can also change and transmute that energy to yellow. You don't have to use honey. It was just an example that I was getting. You have the Six of Strength that's in the reverse. This is about when you feel like you are struggling to get on your feet, or that you won't have a victory, or this is like an unforeseen event where you feel here that even though you are getting a recognition, because this deck is meant to be read in the upright, although they do encourage you to accept reversals and read it as such as you receive it. I'm getting here, this is more about a doubtful victory where you have people who still want to undermine your success, okay? And I feel here that Libra, you're very self-aware of this when it comes to the career field, when it comes to your work dynamic. And I'm picking up specifically that some of you guys, you have somebody here who's an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placement, really strongly, who either they're a boss, a manager, or they're somebody who likes to present themselves as being above you when they aren't. I also feel like this person likes to dim your light, whether you know this or not. This could even be something that you're uncovering when you're not around, okay? Because we do have the sun in the reverse that's looking at me, and we keep having it come through with the Five of Strength in the reverse, which is like a Five of Wands energy. It's like when somebody wants to put you down, but then they don't want to do it when you're around, okay? This is like what people are saying behind your back, okay? So be mindful of that, because I do feel here that while you're not going to focus so much on it, if this is somebody that you do have to work with, collaborate with, and things like that, I am seeing a vehicle. Some of you guys who work in electric, work around or water meters and stuff like that, or you have a partner that you work with, it's something like that, somebody who's close by to you. If there's some new person that's coming in to be trained, this is something that was said while you weren't there and it kind of upset you, or you're going to find out about it. You have for opening the throat chakra for better communication, all right? And it does emphasize that using this only with the permission from your higher self and intuitive guide each time it is used. There's a risk or a side effect of energy jam that might need to be released by a Reiki master and a person who uses it without permission, as it is a powerful code, okay? So just be mindful of this energy. Be mindful of like where you are energetically, making sure that you clear through your energies, demonic attachments, generational curses, and hexes before you use it. That could be something that may cause this to jam, for example. But nevertheless, the quantum code for this is 88 space 26 space 78 9, and it should really assist you around the 11th when it comes to communicating, putting your best foot forward, maybe even standing out in work environments here, because you have the Queen of Wisdom that's in the reverse. So you may have a trial, a tribulation with an individual who isn't quite as savvy as you are, and randomly this person may be above you. Like this could, I'm picking up on somebody who is dressed in different clothes than what you guys are normally seeing or accustomed to seeing. They may be a higher up. They may be somebody who is related to project management, for example, accounting, HR could have deliberately had to contact them or has notified you deliberately of this person. It feels like this is something that you're aware of. And it's something that you have passively forgotten, but you look great, right? But I get this vibration that you need to be mindful that there's something that this person isn't aware of. There's something that they need to be reminded of if you needed to come through and remind them of something, okay? Do not drop the ball on this, because I get with the Queen of Wisdom in reverse and you have the Seven of Charisma here. You have the opportunity to make way, rub shoulders, and connect with people in a different way, to stand out in a different way, to separate yourself from normalcy for a little bit. And I feel like it's a way to change the job position or make something more dynamic, more creative, more positive, switch it up, refresh your day. Now, you can choose to stand out and get highlighted in this energy. And it's just before somebody may step down. And while you may believe that their word of mouth and word of power doesn't matter, their step down is more like them stepping up eloquently enough. This is not them being pushed out of a place. This is more them rubbing shoulders and doing something that I'm encouraging you to do. When they see it in you, though, Libra, they're going to recommend you. They're going to put you as a referral. They're going to encourage you to go up, be recognized, looked at next. Even if you do have somebody that is above you that is in the way of this connection between you and them, there's something about you standing up, you standing out. This representative wants to re-engage with you, possibly contact you, see if you're interested in another position that may come up soon. One that maybe a manager doesn't know about yet, or they know about it, but it hasn't been placed up yet on web pages. I'm also getting here, be mindful that if you are dealing with somebody who may have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, they may be resistant or hesitant to come out, to go out, to engage in outings, dinners, gatherings, and things like that, because they're either recovering from an illness, an ailment, or there's a risk with them going outside, especially connected to the skin. Some of them, they may be nurturing themselves. They may be giving to themselves. They may not want to be lured. They may need to focus on something with all of this blue. It's something of value here. They may be missing something. If you can afford to invest in this person, or you're really interested in this person, invest in whatever it is that they're engaging in with work or in context. Get to seeing and knowing what it is that they need help in working on and with, because I feel here that they're going to tell you really smooth, very fast. If you can help with it or assist with it, just be on the lookout. If you can't, don't worry about it. But I feel here that it may help them to calm down just a little bit, just to, let them know that you care. All right. Because I do feel like they're quick to like go off. Temperamental issues between the 11th through the 14th is really, really important, and spouts of frustration with the air signs, but not just air signs, okay? But if they have those strong placements, that is why I'm getting, okay? You have this moonflower for Libra. A time of blossoming is about to begin, blossoming, growth, beauty, and open. And you have this here in the reverse. I feel that this is something that others don't want you to have, or they're jealous of, is why it's in the reverse, okay? Because of how it came out and the way that, like, there was this huge eye roll that came through. You may have somebody here with Gemini placements who's already been showing that they're a little bit of an aggressor in your life, or like that they have hater tendencies to you. Okay. And for those of you who may read under other placements, take that how it resonates, because it may be that they're not so traditional in the Gemini placement or sign. But nevertheless, here I do feel like this person had this envious energy, evil eye energy, that was even causing you to feel like everything was dimming your light. Even if you are somebody who is plant-based or something like that, you could have felt like a lot of energy that you were receiving wasn't as nutritious as normal. Okay, there's something here about that being ready to change or to shift. And it's because you had this hangman energy here in the reversed about what you don't see coming. I feel like there's some assistance, some guidance that you weren't expecting to get or that you wouldn't normally receive, is all this means for you. Okay, Libra. And I feel like you're not going to obstruct or allow this person to get in the way of this blessing. Okay. And it feels like it's disguised for some of you, but not everyone. All right. It is a miracle. And it is something here where, like I said, you don't often get this. You don't often get this assistance. And I feel here that you were like a little bit of a lone wolf that had been a bit mistreated just before this came in. Nevertheless, though, I feel like you don't carry a spite or a malice, and it makes it a lot easier with 1122 and 1212 coming through for a lot of things to come in. Maybe you received a download or a message or a premise to this blessing on those days, 1212. Could be the really important one, or December 2nd, all right, at the beginning of last few months ago. Oh, full moon. Prepare to invite a positive new chapter. Or you did some form of a manifestation work that either you were doubtful of at the beginning of last month or the month prior. With Knight of Charisma in the reverse. Pre-shadow is coming through here, so Sagittarius season. Knight of Charisma in the reversed. This is like the most stabilized knight and the knight that gets what they want and is always very successful and victorious. It is in reverse, which is a doubtful position, but like I said, this deck talks about being hopeful in spite of like the energy of grimace or feeling like you have a lot of push and pull. This is why I feel like this deck was chosen for Libra, is that you deliberately may feel like your mentality makes it hard to manifest without, like, you may feel like it's a bit of a constipation type of an energy that comes through Libra, where it's like although you want victory and success, you may feel like it's congested or covered up with like a lot of nonsensical energy that makes it deliberately seem like you're not as fortunate as you are. Like I don't like to give you that energy or express it. I feel like that's how you feel by this point in time. And this is around the 14th. Okay. Like I said, like this is a carry on. It feels like there's something about being bogged down, exasperated, brain fog and stuff like that that comes up again. But it feels like towards this time it's related to a financial setback a little bit more than anything, or something that happens at work or complication here. And with Queen of Charisma, this is not only about you nurturing yourself, this is also about you being mindful of like who you choose. Somebody who has a valuable input, somebody who's going to tell you something that's correct the first time, that's wise, that goes through, that's accepted, acceptable, even when it comes to clothing and outfit and stuff like that. Like taking in food for thought and what somebody says is very important, even if it is a temporary change. You do have Quicksilver here about accept the temporary nature of everything. Fleeting, elusive, and not meant to be, with King of Intelligence in the reverse. So this is like somebody here who doesn't really know the environment, the way that things work, or how things would work deliberately in a circumstance or a situation. They don't care enough, okay? This is somebody who shows separatism, maybe going through a divorce where they're at fault, with a King of Intelligence in the reverse, okay? Something that somebody wouldn't necessarily want to tell you is that maybe they struggle with fidelity issues, or like um, being able to support their family or situations like that. So be mindful when it comes to new relationships and dynamics that come through around the middle of the month. I feel like the truth of that situation is what's here and what will come out, okay? And I feel like somebody doesn't necessarily want you to fully see this, all right, Libra, but you're going to see it no matter what. They cannot block your light, and I feel here that you're not deceptive, but just know that that's the energy that is coming through. I do feel here that a lot of you guys have been deliberately wanting to separate from people that you feel like you've outmastered too, or you've outsmarted in some ways. You've done a lot of like healing work internally, and I feel here like, let's say you've had an external transformation, but a lot of people don't know who you are anymore because you've cut a lot of karmic people off in your life. I'm getting here that when you show people who you are, they're a little bit shocked. some of these people, not everybody, but I feel like somebody's going to share or talk about a story where you had a glow up transformation and you had a homeboy or an ex contact somebody to reconnect with you. Like they tried to set up a date where you would go out with somebody that you weren't so familiar with, Libra, in connection with them. Like they saw your pictures and contacted somebody else to get in connection with you, whether it was somebody that they knew liked you beforehand or afterwards. You're going to carry a story like that where you share with somebody rather soon, and it's going to like have them laughing their asses off. I'm seeing some of you guys, it may be related to some pasta or something like that. Okay, now for the rest of the month for Libra. Your next card is the sixth chakra, about your third eye chakra and knowledge. Okay, they were saying that specifically for Libra, you saying this for yourself, to yourself, is going to help not only to open up your third eye chakra, but prevent a lot of blockages that wanted to come in at the halfway point of the month. It says, I recognize that a great deal of knowledge and information comes to me in the form of intuition, such as clairvoyance, clairaudience, and hypersensitive feelings. I use my intellect combined with my intuition to delve into circumstances from a philosophical and spiritual viewpoint. I aim to understand the truth behind situations that come my way, as this helps me to respond with wisdom. I cultivate positive beliefs about life, myself, and others. Okay, you're going to have a lot of self reminders and a lot of awakenings that come through at the mid month point that you're going to really enjoy and appreciate. And I feel like you're going to carry this out until the 18th of the month, where you feel like you're really awakened. You feel very good about not only what you're doing, what you're putting out there, putting your best foot forward, even what you're doing in your private practices, who you're connected to. Um, the ascension energy that you receive is going to be really welcoming a positive energy, especially when it comes to the solar plexus in the stomach. You have this waning crescent. It's time to leave the past behind and transition, surrender, and reflection. You're going to see that there's a situation that no longer serves you, where you're trusting your gut. You could even be recalibrating your energy and re-giving life to yourself, where you recognize that in this selfishness, it's not a bad selfishness. It's about allowing things to properly transgress so that you do not play yourself at this game called life, because you dealt with a lot of individuals who may have wanted to make it seem like you were inauthentic or did not want to accept your truth. Now it's something where it's undeniable. You cannot deny is directly what's coming through with this Ace of Wisdom. And I feel here that you're going to know between the 15th and the 18th that nobody can stop you, that your communication is really at its true peak and point. Okay, I do feel here that this is a sign of your attractiveness, how ambitious you are. I also feel like you may get contact or communication from nature, sources of it. Even if you're not going outside in nature, you may even be connected with crystals, things like that, that connect back to nature, that help and assist you, show you that you are being protected, or hugging trees may be supportive to your energy and significant to it as well as turquoise. And I'm picking up on like snowflake, obsidians, and healing energy that will assist you there. For this waning crescent energy from the 18th until the 21st for Libra, be mindful here about what comes through and what you are channeling a whole lot in your day to day life. What are you telling yourself? What are you putting out there? What are you journaling to yourself if you are doing any of those things? Okay, and how are you treating the environment around you is what's going to arise and come up. If you've moved, you're getting comfortable, getting settled in, maybe even wanting to change some things around from what you planned. Okay, because I feel here that whatever it is that you're doing, you're looking at things from a macro, you're looking at things from an overall, a summary. Okay, and you want to make sure that things flow and are in alignment. For those of you who are planning gatherings and meetings, things like that, I feel here that some of you may need to be open to allowing some people that you know of to invite people that you do not know of, because you need new connections in your life. And some of these individuals I'm seeing have contact cards that will help you with some new things that will come up in life. You may make some wonderful new connections, and the spontaneity of it all will bring a lot of happiness, excitement, vitality to the people that were already scheduled and planned to come to your event. I'm seeing a lot of people who are looking forward to it. And better yet, I'm seeing not only some wonderful, this may be important for Libra, gifts, okay? I'm seeing that these wonderful people that you know of bringing you wonderful, exceptional gifts, but the gift quality and value goes up because of how eloquent and classy you are and being kind enough and welcoming newcomers into your energy. And then those newcomers are actually not coming empty handed, predominantly, mostly everybody, okay? Which is really exciting for you too, all right? But now you have this energy about filtering out what no longer serves you, clearing out the toxins, and sorting through a lot of things in your life, organizing a lot in your life, decluttering, recognizing a lot of truth, closing out a lot of cycles. I wouldn't be surprised if I see the world card here just based off of the energy that I'm getting, Libra. Some of you guys, you may have wanted to close out a cycle or a habit. A hobby that you have or something that you use to make money, side money, or hustles, businesses may have been very important because you have this Virgo energy of judgment here, okay? And with judgment and morals, this has something to do with something that you, like I said, deliberately wanted to micromanage and end for some of you guys, terminate, delegate, reposition your life, set new standards between the 23rd through the 27th. This is going to be especially highlighted. Be mindful of people who may want to contact you, re-engage with you, reconnect with you, especially ex. Oh, some of you guys, this wouldn't even be considered a lover. This may have been an ex-moocher of some kind of way. Because I am seeing money here. This is not going to be for everybody, all right? Not going to be for everybody here, but I do feel that there was somebody here that maybe you had a strategy when it came to this connection and how it would work in your life. And this motherfucker been lurking, literally, okay? Is literally on the tongue. And I feel here that you're not interested in this person. You hadn't been interested, and they don't really accept, know, or expect it from you. They don't expect how much you've changed, you've grown, how eloquent you are. Maybe this person did hurt you, or they have a history of being verbally combative in some way, or shape, or form. But I feel like you're stepping away from this person, but I do see them watching you, or wanting to engage with you. So you may do some protective work to step away from this person if it gets more severe than just what I'm seeing in the cards, okay? Because we don't want to cause paranoia or anything like that, but I'm seeing something that's causing you to get a little bit like, oh hell no, nah, and it's related to some ex or some shady individual that you may not even want to call a damn ex. Now, like I said, a little bit further on at the end of the month, this is a scary motherfucker too. And I feel here, there's something about them having gangs and gaggles of babies, bitches, or something like that. And I don't usually, like, I wouldn't say one is similar, okay? If it's a male, they may have gaggles of hoes and things like that, like they may be a pimp. Okay. Or if this is a female, I'm seeing like, you know, that this woman only uses people to have kids. Okay. Like, they have tons of them and tons of baby daddies and shit like that. It's that type of shit. And somebody said you should have known better. You should have saw the situation from like a face point view. So I don't know what that's about. I'm just going to move forward. All right. But it feels like something from source or something that this person may convey in some way, shape, or form or try to convince people of if that gives you more of a hint. That's not me trying to trigger you. Moving forward with pelvis, this energy of you birthing and having creativity, fertility, being safe and balanced, fluid in your energy, and having a proper passage, feeling great, and having a good connection with your sexuality and its fluidity. It shows me that Libra, you are focusing on a slower pace of life, being calm, but making sure that things are totally balanced, okay? Because you have this eight of strength. You may even be recovering or focusing on a move, moving in some way, shape, or form, even the physical vessel and body too. It talks about things that transpire. Some of you guys may go sightseeing or just do something with key walking or just physical walking, strengthening yourself and strengthening the physical position of the body because you noticed that your body was hunching over. It was deliberately tough to move. to center yourself during certain seasons, holidays, or something like that. There was something with triviality where you recognize too, you're sick of the gym, you're sick of the scent, you're sick of being inside. You need to go outside and exploring, because you also know that that's going to help to align the solar plexus chakra, open you up to happiness, sunrise energy, the possibility of communication or connecting with others, strangers, getting your social engagement up there too is going to support you. I'm also seeing that in this, be mindful here, like if you carry business cards and that's help your social platform to grow in some way, shape, or form, or what you do for work, what you do to get your work out there, selling shirts or something like that, whatever it is that you do to advertise, have some of those things around you, or just be prepared for it here or there. I'm not seeing or saying all the time, Libra, but I am seeing here or there, there's going to be some people that you stop by or come across who really like the similar things that you like and are interested in engaging in some things that you're interested in engaging in. Okay, so I am seeing a few of these people getting their phone out, connecting with you, sharing, exchanging contact numbers if you are interested in that sometimes. Okay, this feels like it's very rare. And I do feel here that this person, you may grow to love this person too. Be mindful that some of these guys or girls may be of a different age bracket than yourself too. But I feel like this person, why am I seeing this is rare? Somebody's going to wind up in somebody's will. And this person you may not know, but like let's say you meet them the first time, you may not know how much the worth of like this fur coat, because this is a fur coat on this wonderful, beautiful woman who loves this coffee with these beautiful thick ass rings. Okay. And I'm here for it, but like you may not know that this person comes from a well-to-do background, or that their husband, there's something here with their connection here, and it's really cute. But like I'm seeing that they may like give you a couple of things that are worth shit tons of money, but it's the warmth and it's like the sass, the flair that initially attracted you to this person from the jump. It's a bit mob gaudy, but it's like, and nothing with this fur is fucked up. Like it's well taken care of and pruned correctly. Like you're gonna be knocked off of your socks, whoever this person is, and the energy that they carry and embody. And your overall energy for the month is King of Wisdom in the reverse. This is about you making sure that you're not in taking trivial situations or setting standards for yourself where you're going to miss the mark. You're deeply about setting those long term goals, or setting those true to realistic and setting goals. If you have friends, family members, individuals around you who are always missing the mark, never able to really show um, that they're able to expand, to make a difference, to put themselves up there, you're not going to be paying attention to these people. You're going to be deliberately separating yourself, ending those situations, terminating those things, or finding a way to just separate yourself from them. Finding ways to engage with people who are willing to learn, put in the effort, or engage in something that is better set for you. If somebody has missed work or hasn't been engaging and paying attention or putting their best foot forward here, I'm seeing that you're no longer connecting with these individuals, because I feel here that they should have known this. There's something here about that energy, like you're no longer going to be somebody's parent or um, work lover. Okay, it feels like somebody has either caught an attitude, has a bad vibe, bad behavior, and I do feel here that somebody too has like an infection of the mouth or something like that. Like it feels like there's an odor that's coming from the mouth that may cause you to want to separate, not pay attention to this person so much, get back into your computer, get back into wherever it is you work at, and like get back to it. Okay, be mindful of that type of energy where there's something about upkeep, taking care of yourself and others, a set standard that you have, because there's something here about people too just are very irritated, and you don't want to like piss nobody off. And likewise, okay, I feel like for those of you who have been overcaring and overgiving to situations and things like that, you could even be exploring your options even at work. Some of you guys might be preparing to apply for different positions or prepare for like travel, preparing to set your sights somewhere else, looking forward to like the better parts of your day, the aspects that you feel like are better for you. You're going to notice that there's this interest with getting outdoors, appreciating nature, aspects of life where it's really kind, calm, botanical perhaps, or you're seeing the growth and the change of things around you and appreciating sightseeing. Maybe it's just nicer outside and you're able to appreciate like enjoying your arms out a little bit more, okay? But this pleasure, I feel like, is not going to plateau in your life. And better yet, you're going to come to appreciate a lot of the things that are taking place in your life that talk about balance, fertility, and growth, okay, and nurturing yourself. For a random group of you guys, just to complete it off, I am seeing here that somebody's going to be getting off of a birth control just before getting connected with a companion where they get pregnant and grow a family together. I feel like this is somebody that you've known for a long time. This has something to do with the union coming together and a promise that is made and kept. Okay. Congratulations to you, Libras. Those are all of the messages that I have and received for you guys. I pray that this resonates with you. If it did, thumbs up the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. I would love to read for your energy. Thank you so much for tuning in. May you be blessed and take care. Happy New Year, or well, we do have another New Year that is coming up, the Chinese New Year and things like that. I pray that you take care, stay blessed, enjoy it, and that it brings you excitement.